Beterbiev taking on Dmitry Bivol on Saturday. Let's have it, man. Is Beterbiev gonna go there and get, that devastating knockout? Those crunching shots, knocked out. Bear man. Is Bivol getting knocked out? Is Bivol gonna be doing the, Canelo settings where he's able to step to man? Let's see what happens, man. Be sure to like my video, share my video, drop your comments in the comment section below. I'm gonna be jumping into this one. Artur Beterbiev, or some people say Beterbiev, or I'm going with the Beterbiev, man. Taking on Dmitry Bivol. Gonna be a clash, man. These two Russian giants in the light heavyweight division. It's gonna be interesting to see how the fight sort of goes. Both with a strong, amateur pedigree. I think they both have how much 260 plus amateur fights. And Beterbiev famously, dropping dropping Alexander Usyk with a body shot. You know what? Yeah, Artur Beterbiev is the reason why everyone now knows Usyk's weakness. They've gone back and watched that Beterbiev video saying this guy don't like body shots, Man got dropped by Beterbiev. He don't like no body shots, but Beterbiev hasn't done anything. He's been able to find a chink in Usyk's armor before Usyk even became pro. So, but yeah, man, Artur Beterbiev, looking to become undisputed himself, in the light heavyweight division. Bivol looking to do the same, massive unification fight. And it's an interesting sort of build up because it's so low key. Like both guys are so chilled. Like Beterbiev is chilled. Like they're asking him, like, what do you think about undisputed? He's just like, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a good fight. Bivol just chilled, the same. And to be fair, it's very sort of like reminiscent of maybe their background coming from, that Russian boxing aspect of things. Those guys very disciplined, very tough, no nonsense, no messing around. And to be fair, most fighters from that side, like boxers, they have the same persona. Like Bivol, Beterbiev, similar. You look at Alexander Povetkin. Before, you would never see Povetkin talking too much in place there as well. You see Gennady Golovkin. It's the same. It's not he talks, but to be fair, he started to talk a little bit more towards the mid to end of his career. But Bivol, even by that standard of talking, he doesn't even. No, I mean Golovkin, he doesn't even talk that much when he was fighting, in place there. So that's the breed of fighters they are. Get the business done in the ring, and keep all this talking stuff out of it. Because what's good to be talking, when you've got nothing to back it up. And that's how they've sort of trained, fighters from the Eastern Bloc. And even they asked, I think was it Ade Oladipo or maybe someone else, I can't remember. I mean, I saw a vid where they asked Beterbiev, like, how come? No, I think it was Steve Bunce. I think when you asked him, like, how come you guys, you don't trash talk, you don't say nothing, and Artur Beterbiev was like, from the amateur boxing, they never put him in front of like cameras or press like during like tournaments and stuff, maybe after. So they haven't really been on that sort of media thing, if it's so to speak, where he's just talking. It's just more to himself, get in the gym, get in the ring and handle business. And to be fair, both of these guys, Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, they're so elite in the ring, like elite boxers in the ring, where we don't need the talking. We know what's going to happen in the ring. It's going to be proper warfare, big shots flying, techniques, skills. Listen, it's gonna. I don't need any trash talking. It's not those ones where you have to sell the thing. The fight is sold. we know what this fight is going to be, a big fight, when it takes place. So, but yeah, man, it's going to be an interesting fight. I had to go into sort of the background of like, where both of these guys are both coming from, in places. It's going to be interesting to see like how the fight sort of goes. They're both two different styles. You've got Artur Beterbiev. He's very technical, very skilled, and he's very powerful, especially at the weight. Hard body shots, hard shot. His shots, it's hurting everywhere. Let's just put it that way. His landing just like Anthony Yard tried to go to war with him. Anthony Yard got knocked out. Beterbiev very tough. I think it was Marcus Brown, that Beterbiev fought. That I think he got a gap on his forehead. In that fight, blood all over his face. This guy he looked wrecked. But this guy dug in, went to war, and knocked Marcus Brown out. Now, this guy's built different, bruv. He's built different. He's not like these man, oh, I got a cut. Oh, the ref is looking, they're going to stop me. This guy, nah. Man said, I've been training in the mountains. I've been training in the trenches. No, like some guy's going to stop me from stopping this Marcus Brown guy. And that's exactly what Beterbiev did. Got him out of there. And it just shows you this guy is tough. You know, he's gritty. You know, if the worst gets to the worst, you know, he's willing to go to the trenches to get the job done. Now, Bivol, elite fighter, we haven't seen Bivol go into those, be in a scenario like that. Probably because Bivol's boxing, the way he boxes, you know, I'm not saying he's defensive first, but he's defensively very astute, you know, been able to gauge distance very well. That's why you don't see Bivol with too much punishment, you know, in fights in place there. But you know, Beterbiev definitely, I feel like Beterbiev would have definitely benefited from, you know, going through the fire and coming out and surviving. You know, and then he's knocked out everyone that he's faced, knocked out everybody, knocked out. I'm not talking about, oh, you know, they're getting beaten up for 12 rounds. Like he knocks people out. That's his business. That's what he's on. You know, and Bivol on the other hand, you know, Bivol beat Canelo. Canelo obviously is not a real, like, it's not a proper 175 or even bigger than 170. He's like a 168 and he's moved up, but he still beat Canelo Alvarez. You know, he's beat Zergo. It was Zergo Ramirez, a massive Zergo Ramirez as well. Zergo Ramirez is now fighting at cruiserweight. That's how big that guy. That guy, when he fought Bivol, he looked massive. I was like, what's this guy doing at light heavy? So obviously Zergo Ramirez moved up to cruiserweight, and Bivol was able to beat that guy, a guy that's a lot bigger than him. You know, so that bodes well. You know, going to fight a Beterbiev, where obviously Beterbiev is better than Zergo Ramirez, but mentally you've beaten someone that is a good fighter, but a lot bigger in size, and arguably Zergo Ramirez, like he could probably make heavyweight if he really wanted to, you know. So you know, Bivol, well accomplished fighter, amateur and pro, you know, solid fighter. He knows how to let his hands go accurately, gauge distance very well, and I'm telling you, like Bivol could definitely beat Beterbiev, especially if he's been able to frustrate Beterbiev with the distance and things in that sense, and landing his shots and moving out of range, and Beterbiev not being maybe as quick as foot, and obviously being older than Bivol as well in place there. So it's going to be interesting. And Bivol on the other, and Beterbiev on the other hand, you know, he's going to be looking to close the distance. I feel like he's going to be looking to break, you know, Bivol down, especially with the, you know, slow him down, draw him into his type of fight, try cut off the ring, get him against the ropes, which is hard to do into the corners, offload shots, you know, and break Bivol down, break his will, and potentially get him out of there. So that's what I definitely feel like Beterbiev is going to be doing in place there. I feel like if Beterbiev does win the fight, I do feel like he would have knocked out Bivol or stopped Bivol by round 7. It's there because he's the older fight. I feel like he's going to have to get his work off a bit earlier on to slow Bivol down, not to allow that to go, not to stretch out to the late rounds. I feel like he will have to break him down early. I feel like he will be looking to do that. And then I feel like if Beterbiev does win, he will be taking out Bivol within 7 rounds. That's how I see it. If Bivol wins the fight himself, I feel like it would be. I feel like it would be a split decision victory for Bivol. I feel like potentially one of the eye-catching shots that maybe Beterbiev is able to land, body shots. But I feel like the overall work of Bivol volume will probably be enough if it does go his way to get a split decision victory over Arthur Beterbiev. That's how I see it. So if Beterbiev wins, I see a 7th round, but a knockout by the 7th round stoppage. If Bivol wins, I see Bivol winning by split decision. 2 of the judges just looking more favorably on maybe the volume from Bivol, and maybe one of the judges, looking favorably at Beterbiev's work, the hard crunching body shots, and maybe even dropping Bivol maybe once. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that regard, man. So drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me see what you guys are saying about this one. Artur Beterbiev taking on Dmitry Bivol, undisputed light heavy. What you man saying? Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me see what you guys think about this one. Cool.